Only Green has completed 3 months of its journey in making this world a greener place. A very big thanks to all our friends who have supported us in this journey. We've been featuring a lot of issues that are facing our environment and the possible solutions for them. Also, a lot of personalities who are very actively involved in protecting our environment are featured in this channel. Of late, we've been talking to a lot of youngsters on what they feel about environment and their views on protecting our environment. We're very happy to note that the youngsters, the younger generation, are very well aware of the environment and the need to protect the same. We will hear from them today what they feel about environment and what are their resolutions for the year 2021.
We humans have exploited the resources provided by the earth according to our needs and greeds. It's high time that we not only understand the meaning of sustainable but also implement it in our daily lives. So, here are my resolutions. I will not use plastic in any form and rather use its better alternatives that are easily available, which can be reused and recycled, like metal straws, silicone straws, and cloth bags, etc. I will consciously engage in carpooling and frequently use public transport. Most importantly, I will educate and spread awareness about how important sustainable use is. I will stress on top concepts like solar energy, thrifting, which can be a huge step towards sustainable future. So these are my resolutions for a cleaner and a greener future.
Human beings have abused Mother Earth for far too long. A lot of the progress that we see around us has come at the cost of serious environmental damage. It is imperative that we make changes in our life. So, here are my resolutions for a more sustainable and green 2021. I aim to cut off the use of single use plastic from my day to day life. I will use reusable cutlery and containers every time I get takeaway from my favorite restaurant. I will use public transport more, cycle, or even walk to destinations rather than take my car. And most importantly, I aim to make the extra effort of learning more about the source of the things that I procure, whether it's the food I eat or the clothes I wear, which in turn will help me make more informed decisions that will not harm the environment.
Climate change is the most defining issue of our time. Scientists say that we have only 18 months until the damage done by climate change becomes irreversible. In order to reduce the drastic changes in our environment, the participation of every individual matters. Some of my individual resolutions towards a more eco-friendly 2021 include donating and reusing old books so that we can generate less paper waste and conserve resources. I will try to take shorter showers that will help reduce my water consumption. I will also invest in a water bottle and avoid the buying of single-use plastic water bottles. Lastly, I will also try to educate myself and others around me on how they can contribute towards a more sustainable future.
Environment protection and sustainable environment are two words that you keep hearing on and off lately. Our mission as humans to build a sustainable future in order for our future generations not to suffer for all that we have committed till now is a constant effort made by everyone around us. So as a student and as the year is ending, I would like to take few resolutions moving into the next year. One is to change my lifestyle and the way I approach life. This I can do by reducing the amount of plastic. I can change to sustainable materials. I can adopt sustainable fashion. And this helps me to really change the way I've been living till this point. Number two, as an automobile student, I would like to promote the use of zero emission vehicles that is going to come and that is going to be our future. To learn about them, to help build better ones, and also to bring in sustainable energy into the market. These inventions can really help or slingshot us to a much better future with almost zero emissions and a pollution-free automobile industry. The third can be anything and everything that you can do as an individual, just like this channel, to promote and to share valuable information, and also to really celebrate those small people who make their effort to bring a change into this environment. So, as a student, I would like to take these three resolutions as I move into 2021, and I hope that I can make a difference even in the smallest amount.
Hi all, I'm Lakshmi and I'm going to talk about how we can bring up small changes in our life for a better environment. As we are well aware, the concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere has drastically changed over time. This has led to a very unstable ecosystem. We can do this by planting saplings or trees that act as natural carbon vacuums. Just a tree or two in your balcony or backyard would bring a huge difference if done by everyone. We can contribute towards the reduction of carbon emulsion by choosing to use public transportation such as metro trains instead of using automobiles everywhere. Cycling or walking is also a more eco-friendly and healthy alternative. Basically, change should be brought up and appreciated even if it is of small scale. Thank you for listening.
The environment obviously plays a massive role in our daily lives. The air we breathe, the food we eat, all comes from the environment. And this is even without mentioning the bright greenery and lush wildlife that it brings to our world. So it's a bit scary to think that we could possibly lose all of this. The environment, animals, trees, plants, all just gone. So we need to do something to protect our environment. It may seem like a Herculean task, but it's actually very, very simple. One simple method of protecting the environment is carpooling. Carpooling, in basic terms, is to use the same car for all the family members over and over again. What this does is it reduces the number of cars on the freeway, which reduces carbon emissions. And as we all know, carbon is one of the main causes of global warming. Another very simple method is also its most common, and that is planting more trees. Planting more trees, even the smallest one, goes a long way in helping to protect the environment. This is because trees are obviously a massive part of the environment, helping to keep it stable. Protecting the environment is a necessity, but it's actually very, very easy. Everyone can do it. So why don't we? Let's join in and protect our environment.
Nature is one of the most beautiful gifts we have got, and it is our duty to preserve it. We still have a chance to save it by doing little by little by our own selves. My this year's New Year's resolution will be to use more of paper goods which could be recycled, avoid plastic as much as I can, and less use of electricity and water. Thank you.
Qatar has been ranked 32nd in the Environment Performance Index. This is a great achievement compared to my own home country, India, which has been ranked 177th in the same survey. But does that mean that Qatar cannot aim for any further? No, never. We have to gain the number one position. My name is Basil Mohammed, and I hereby pledge that my resolution for 2021 will include two initiatives. First one will be to normalize the use of public transportation and thereby reduce the air pollution in the country. And the second one will be to organize beach drives with my group of friends to eradicate plastic and other contaminants along the sea line, which can harm the aquatic plant life and animal life, and also eventually harm all the other living beings, including ourselves. Thank you.
As the population has grown and technology has spread to different countries and cultures, more and more plant resources are being used to satisfy human needs. Well, this has led to four major problems, that is pollution, water crisis, biodiversity loss, and global warming. Well, the question here arises is what can we do as individuals to save our Mother Earth? My 2021 resolution would be first, to use the three R's: reduce, reuse, and recycle. Second, to avoid plastic bags or any product which is based on plastic package. Third, to use public transport instead of private vehicles. And fourth, to put up LED lights as they consume less energy as compared to any other ordinary light. Even when going for shopping or any buying of products, you must see to it that we don't buy products that harm the nature. And all these small steps would basically help us to build a better tomorrow.
Hello everyone. This is Gautam Gopal, and I would like to take this opportunity to talk about one of the biggest flaws of humanity, and how we as a society can overcome it. Greed has caused great suffering both to human beings as well as nature. Therefore, I believe it is the responsibility of each and every one of us to bail the earth out of the crisis it is in because of us. It is necessary and sufficient that each one of us do our parts to contribute to this cause. I would like to stress on what I intend to do as a New Year resolution. Nature's biological library is being burned down even before we have catalogued the titles of the books that is stored in it. Having heard this quote lately, I pledge to gather first-hand knowledge about the various plants and creatures we see locally around us. I pledge to spend more time to discover the treasures and appreciate the generosity of Mother Nature. I also pledge to completely avoid one-time use plastics and urge those around me to do the same. Using a simple cloth bag made by my grandmother to shop is so much more eco-friendly and convenient. I pledge to not only educate others about the burdens we cause to Mother Earth, but also try to sensitize them about the moral aspects of ecology conservation. I've also decided that I would convince my family to set up a rainwater harvesting unit in my house here in Kerala, along with a solar power unit. I implore you all to take up such resolutions and stick to them so that we as a society, as a community, can overcome this cosmological barrier of self-destruction. It is in the hands of each and every one of us to change the philosophical fate of our future generations. Thank you.
My 2021 resolution would be to stop being ignorant. Like all my life, I've been so ignorant towards sustainable growth. I'm going to educate myself and learn more of it and understand the hazards of the lifestyle that I've been having. And after educating myself, I will spread awareness and do small, minute things that can help save the earth. That's my resolution. What is yours?
The theme for World Earth Day 2021 is Restore Our Earth. This theme itself says how urgently we need an action plan to get back the healthy planet. My contribution towards saving our planet Earth is managing my household waste into wet waste and dry waste. And I believe that this small initiative will bring a huge difference. Secondly, is cutting the usage of water. That is, I'll use a mug of water instead of flushing after urination. Thirdly, the whole world knows that plastic has damaged our planet. And I will try my best to restrain myself from buying items that are packed in single-use plastic. Thank you.
Hello, myself Sriram. As we all know, we have moved to the end of year 2020. And we also know the changes this year 2020 has brought into our normal lives comparing to the earlier years. Why I am saying these changes is to remind everyone that these changes were indulged or forcefully brought into our lives. So when something is brought forcefully into our lives, we get adapted to it. Why don't we do this, or why don't we bring a change into our lives for the well-being of our surroundings as well as for the better living of us and all the living creatures around? For the year 2021, let us join our hands to bring in or conserve all the basic necessities around us. When I say basic necessities, water plays a major role in it. And this water conservation is very much important for our lives. Even though we have plenty of water around us, we have very less amount of water which is easily accessible or which can be utilized in an efficient manner. Hence, it is our responsibility to use the water efficiently, to conserve it and also make a viable use of it. So, let this be the motto for the year 2021, and let us conserve the water and make efficient use of it.
This planet has provided us with minerals and all kinds of resources. If this year has taught us anything, it's that it's time to give back. A couple of years ago, my friend started this project that uses Tetra packs and cartons to make benches for underprivileged kids. I make a small contribution to this project by collecting milk cartons and juice boxes every month. I would also like to make a resolution for the upcoming year to use limited amount of water and encourage others to do the same.
Friends, we've heard from youngsters from different parts of the world, and it is a very positive note to start a fresh year 2021. Please do continue to support us in our journey by subscribing to our channel and clicking on the bell button to get regular updates. Wishing you all a very happy new year. Thank you.